Championships. And over the next 2 days, I can guarantee that you're going to see records tumble and championship best performances. You'll also catch a brilliant glimpse into the future of the sport, because it's at this meeting that the likes of Sebastian Coe, Steve Cram and javelin thrower Tessa Sanderson cut their teeth. And Tessa is with us today for expert comment. It really is an exciting championship, isn't it, Tessa?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the English schools is not all about sort of taking part. It's about sort of being here, being competitive, and it is right where, you know, had your first major championship. It's the first major stepping stone for any youngster, I think, who wants to take part in athletics. It's brilliant.
Take us back. Do you remember what it was like when you were here?
Do you know, I think the last time I competed in the English schools was in 1970. I know it seems a long time ago, but that was when I won my first medal, and I'll never forget it. It was in Durham, and I set out to have a real go at that javelin, because the year before that I was put in to do the long jump and the relay, and I was so disappointed. But it was a feeling that I'll never forget, and also the camaraderie. It teaches you that as well, you see, to learn to mix with the people who you've probably never met before, and it was great.
Well, thanks, Tessa. Well, we'll be telling you who to look out for, and Tessa will be looking at techniques and styles in many events. But let's now join the action with Alan Parry.
Thanks, Helen, and I'm sure that Tessa will have a lot to say about this girl, Mandy Liverton, bidding for her third consecutive title in the javelin, and our outstanding young prospect in this event, Tessa.
Yes, Mandy's had a few senior internationals this year, so she's got the experience over these girls. A very fast approach run she had there, which would tend to probably sort of make her crumble at the end of her run and into releasing the javelin properly. But here she comes, down the runway. A bit hiddly-piddly, as we call it at the end, falling very much away to the left. But in saying so, that throw looks very good.
And indeed it was, 51.98, a new championship record. The senior boys 200 metres, the favourite here, lane 2, Mark Smith of Essex. And he made a very good start, second from the right. He's already overtaken James Garbutt outside him. Also going well in the middle there, Barry O'Sullivan from Middlesex. But that was a beautifully controlled run round the bend by Mark Smith. And he is building up a huge margin here and won't be caught. Very, very impressive sprinting by Mark Smith, and he wins it in 21.6. A very big winning margin over Barry O'Sullivan, who was second. Richard Johnson got third. But that was smooth and stylish sprinting, Tessa.
Yeah, he ran a super bend. His stride pattern looked really good, and he looks as though he really was out to win this competition, whatever it takes.
Matthew Spicer goes into the circle in the senior boys hammer. 67 metres 80 is the championship best ever. And a clink there as he actually hit the cage, Tessa.
Yes, the delivery didn't look very good there for Matthew. His back was also facing the field as well. Obviously looks a bit disappointed.
He has thrown as far as 62 metres 42 before today, but obviously not in this kind of form at the moment. No, he'll be a bit disappointed with 54.90. Peter Vivian from Middlesex is in magnificent form this year. He's set no fewer than 4 personal bests in 1989 and has won 4 English schools titles in the past as well. And you can see why.
Yeah, that looks a splendid throw. It's fast across the circle, lots of aggression in it, and I reckon it must be well over 64 metres. He should be very pleased with that throw. Everything seemed to have gone right there. Yes, 64.94. There he goes, rotating, and hoist that hammer out.
Just over 200 metres to go in the senior girls 1500 metres, and it's down now to 2 athletes. In the lead, Maxine Newman from Leicester, number 45. On her shoulder, the 16-year-old Natalie Tate from Cumbria. Natalie Tate, who's England's top teenage runner for 800 metres. So has she got the stamina to hold on to the 1500 metre specialist here? Newman looks over her shoulder and must believe now that she's got the race won. Maxine Newman, a contender for Britain's European Junior Championship team, and Tate is fading, so it's going to be victory for Newman, and she's going to attack the championship best, which stands at 4:20, and she's surely going to be inside it. Newman, 4:17.1, sets a new championship best. Very impressive running indeed. Final round of the senior boys hammer. This is Matthew Spicer lying in second place at the moment with a best of 54.90. Very fast across the circle there, Tessa.
Yeah, a lot more positive in that throw from Matthew. Seems a little bit downhearted, but I'm sure that's a better throw.
Was below his best in the early rounds of the competition, but that surely better. 59.80, that'll keep him in second place. And here's the leader, Peter Vivian. Set a new personal best in the early round, 64.94. And again, an immensely powerful throw, Tessa.
Tremendous power this young lad's got, and I'm sure he's going to do very well. It's great to see our young boys coming through and throwing so far. He's got quite a good technique too. Travels across that circle so fast and hoists that hammer out with everything he's got.
Tremendous throw, 65.20. He's improved his best and won the competition.
Peter, a lovely way to finish your school's athletics career.
That's right, I was hoping for a win, and it came off, you know. It's a very nice way to finish, yeah.
And more than a win?
Well, yeah, it's personal best, but I was hoping to get close to the record, but it was just a bit off what I can do.
You've got a bit of a difficult time coming up now. You've got to prove yourself and get into the senior side. Do you see yourself getting there?
Yeah, if I just plod along the way I've been doing, concentrate on the weights and the training, I should make it eventually, hopefully.
Anoki Anora from Kent really began to be noticed last year when he won the junior long jump and pentathlon. An athlete of all-round promise. Why did he pick long jump?
The long jump came around by accident. I started off throwing the shot and discus, and then I just saw like people doing long jump, and they said come and jump, and then it went on from there. I suppose they said I was quite good, and so I carried on. I just really think about running up to the board, going as fast as I can, getting up in the air, and taking it from there. Just let the jump flow from me. In the English schools, I came third in 1987, first last year, and then I hope to come first this year again. And there are a few other guys who have done around the 670, 680, 690 mark, and they're all troubling me a little bit. But it's good because the more competition I have, the better I'll jump on the day, I hope.
And in this intermediate long jump, I'm sure that Martin Holliday from Chesterfield in Derbyshire is one of the rivals that Anoki will be looking closely at. This is first round jump. Not that quick down the runway, but not a bad distance.
No, Martin didn't get a lot of height there, it seems, and it didn't seem very positive in his run as well. His arms is over the place.
6 metres 56 for Holliday. Next to go is Scott Herbert from Buckinghamshire with a personal best of 6 metres 72. And that is going to be probably beyond it.
That looks a good run, and he did attack the board very well.
Yes, 6.85, a personal best for him. So, Anoki Anura's first round jump. And this outstanding young talent, very much the favourite to win this title. Oh, and what a start as well. That was a terrific jump.
What a great leap that was. So powerful on the runway as well, and attacking very hard.
Well, he's really set the mark for the rest to follow here. That's outstanding. 7 metres 19. I doubt very much anyone will get close to that. That surely is the winning jump in the first round.
Well, Anoki, 3 centimetres off the championship best, but a personal best for you. You must be delighted in these conditions.
Yeah, I am. I'm very happy. I wasn't really expecting to jump as far as I did. I was just expecting maybe 7 metres. But I'm happy, yeah, first jump as well.
And you love a challenge, and yet nobody was really challenging you.
No, Scott Herbert, 685. It was a good jump, but he did that on his first jump as well. But I don't know. It just came right today, I suppose.
Mark Richardson on his way to victory in the senior boys 400 metres. And this young man from Hurley in Berkshire, who could be the next great British 400-metre runner, wins it in 47.3. An outstanding talent, Mark Richardson.
Well, the weather may not be good, but the action and the crowds certainly are. And have we got a special race coming up for you? The junior girls, 100 metres. See you after the break.
Who can help me reduce my production costs?
We can.
Who can help me make more money?
We can.
Who can make my paint finish go from strength to strength?
We can.
Who can help us offer our customers a better environment?
We can.
Who can help large and small businesses to increase profitability?
We can. We are the business services of East Midlands Electricity. Ring 0800 100 111 now to find out how we can help your business.
Yes, the doctor's in. No, you can't speak to him. He's in. That's what I said. He's in. No, he's out. Hang on. He's in again.
Be in when you're out, or even in with a Vodafone.
Warwickshire schoolgirl Catherine Merry, 14 years old and the fastest 100-metre sprinter in the world for her age. This means a lot of media attention. Everyone wants to speak to her. How does she cope?
Yeah, I get lots of people phoning me up asking for interviews and papers and that, but my coach deals with that. My parents at the moment, if they're no good, we say, not this moment in time, we can try again and say later. No, I'm coping very well at the moment. My coach and my parents are doing a wonderful job. I do 2 nights of training, always Tuesdays and Thursdays, and now in the summer I do Wednesdays. But it depends what competition I've got coming up. If I've got a big competition coming up, I might do, say, more nights practicing on starts. And if I've got no competition, I'll just stick to the 2-3 nights a week at the most. The start is very important, I think, more in the 100 than the 200. But no, you have to obviously get a good start and lead right from the gun. I don't think it's up to people to tell me if I'll get burnt out at a certain age. I'm doing 2-3 nights training at the most, not as if I'm doing 7 days a week, all day. Now I just like to carry on and do really well in athletics and prove to the people that have said I'll get burnt out that I won't.
So all eyes on Catherine Merry in lane 2, this prodigious new talent. And very good judges of this sport have predicted that this girl will go all the way to the top. Strangely enough, she's never won an English schools title. Away first time, and Merry has made a superb start there, second from the right. Already building up a big lead. Michelle Jones on her inside going well, but it's going to be Catherine Merry against the clock. Magnificent sprinting, 11.8. She's equalled the championship best and wins her first ever English schools title. But I guess there'll be many more gold medals in the career for this young lady. She really is special, Tessa.
Very, very talented. She reminds me of our own, in the past, Kathy Cook. She's so long, leggy, and this may not even be Catherine Merry's distance for the future.
No, she's really spreading her talents across a whole variety of events and is proving exceptionally good at all of them. A brilliant win.
Equalled the championship best performance. Are you pleased with that?
Yeah, very. I felt a slight headwind, but I just kept going on, same if I get a good time. Yeah, I'm really pleased with it.
Do you remember it from start to finish?
No. I remember getting in the blocks and just finishing, but I can't remember anything else at all now.
There's a very good standard in the senior boys pole vault, and it's meant that the competition has gone on for around 3 hours already. The bar now is at 4.70 metres, and this is Mark Grant of Hertfordshire. Sailed over, Tessa.
That was a good clearance, and it's good to see everybody here still watching this event, because the condition has been so bad.
Yes, wet and windy, the kind of weather that the pole vaulters hate, but it hasn't stopped Mark Grant getting a new personal best, 4.70. Dylan McDermott, who won the 3A's junior indoor title earlier this year, going at 4.70. And again, a very comfortable clearance.
Easy.
I guess you'd expect that. He's vaulted as high as 4.80 metres before today.
And this run is so aggressive as well.
And a comfortable clearance that suggests there's maybe more to come from Dylan McDermott.
Handles that pole very well up and over.
The bar has now been raised to 4.80 metres. Mark Grant has failed in all his 3 attempts at the height, and this is McDermott's final attempt. Yes, he's over. A superb vault, 4.80. It wins him the competition and equals his best ever.
technically he's very good. His approach run is nice, positive, well coordinated, jabs up pole in, up, over the bar, hips high, very good.
So the senior boys pole vault won by Surrey's Dylan McDermott, second Mark Grant, Matthew Belsham third.
The junior boys 80 metres hurdles. Watch for Ricky Glover, lane 7. Glover's made a very good start. The youngster from Yeovil in Somerset, very much the favourite here, and hurdling with great tenacity. Great speed between the hurdles and a good technique, and he wins it in 11.1 from Abimbola second, Markham was third, and that's equal to the previous championship best, Tessa.
That was a great race, Alan. Ricky kept low over the hurdles, went off very fast at the start, and drive all the way, and he looked as though he really was enjoying it.
Neil Brunning of London will be going for his 4th school's title. He's a discus thrower who has already made the Great Britain junior team. How did he start the event?
At school I was a long jumper, and first of all my PE teacher asked me to pick up a discus, and which I did, and started throwing it from there. I went in for a little competition and won. At the English schools, my first one in Hull, I achieved 2nd place, and from there on the past 4 I've won. What I'm looking for is to be the first junior to throw over 200 feet with a 1 3/4 discus, and at the English schools with the right atmosphere and people, I may do that. I haven't spent all these years messing around just to go in there and muck it up, so I want to go in there and do what I've done in training over and over again. I don't like losing, not to anyone.
Well, Neil Brunning and the other discus competitors, they're outside the main stadium because with 115 track and 46 field events over 2 days, some events have to go outside the main arena. This is Glenn Smith from the West Midlands, who has been identified by Brunning as one of his leading rivals here, Tessa.
That looked a good throw, actually, and it's unfortunate that the events has to take outside because, you know, it doesn't really sort of give them the atmosphere that you need, but technically looking here, he gets shoulder round run, gets shoulder in, and uses his hips very well.
51 metres 70. Well, you've heard just how determined Neil Brunning is to win this competition. His personal best stands at 54.20. Oh, and he gave a mighty effort there, didn't he?
That looked a good throw, yes. A lot of hip went into that, a lot of aggression as well went into that.
And Brunning really has started in magnificent style. 55.08, a new championship record. This is Tracy Clark from Luton in Bedfordshire in the senior girls high jump. The bar standing at 1 metre 74. Good approach.
Yes, that was a good approach. A very confident approach run. And as you see, she gets near the bar, drives up, uses her shoulder to drive up over that bar.
Chris Simmons from Oxford next in the circle in the discus. Challenging for one of the medals.
Don't really get to see a lot of left-hand throws, do you? Technically, that looked very good.
51.14, his best before today. So he'll wait and see. It's 51.38, a new PB for Simmons. Here's the leader then in the discus, Neil Brunning, the Londoner, having set a new championship best with his very first throw. And surely on his way to victory. And he wanted to end on a high note, and he has.
Yes, great delay of the arm there. Punches the shoulder through.
And he's gone better still. 55.44. Victory for Brunning and a new championship record once again. What a day he's had.
So, a record-breaking performance for Neil Brunning, beating the previous best by 82 centimetres.
Tracy Clark of Luton has already won the title in the senior girls high jump, but she's now had the bar raised to 1 metre 77. That's about 5 feet 10 inches. And a good clearance. She'll be very pleased with that, just 3 centimetres below her best ever, Tessa.
Yes, that was a good approach run from Tracy. Gets to the bar, drives off with her legs and flicks those hips over.
That jump good enough for Luton's Tracy Clark to take gold with 1.77 meters.
Nearing the end of the intermediate boys steeplechase. In the lead here from Kent is David Robertson, but being pressed hard by the Bedfordshire athlete Gary Richardson in second place, wearing number 3. Then a long way back to Stuart Kefford in third. Into the home straight for the final time then, and over the final hurdle, although it looked as though it was quite a big effort to get over it as well from David Robertson. But he's going to win, and he's going to clock a very good time as well. 4 minutes 14. That's a new championship record and 4 seconds inside his previous best.
A gold medal, but you were aiming at something a little higher, I think.
Yeah, I was going for the age 15 best, but missed it by 0.4 seconds, but doesn't really matter. I'm not that bothered. I mean, a lot of people that get age bests when they're young don't go on to be very good when they're older, and that's what I'm aiming to do, so.
Jamie Quarry is a brilliant all-round athlete who won the school's decathlon 2 years ago. He took up 400 hurdles at the end of last year. He's showing impressive form.
Well, I want to go to the World Juniors next year. I think that providing the training goes well during the winter, I should get the qualifying standard for that. Because I had shin splints last year, which I couldn't do the training because it hurt so much, and I decided to have a go at the 400 hurdles, and I was pretty successful with it, so I decided to stick at it for this year. Well, I suffered from a bad hamstring injury at the start of the year, and it's got better, and I've only just started training again. Hopefully, by the time the schools come round, I should be ready to compete. Well, there's Andrew Clark from Enfield and my club mate, Lawrence Rogers, who broke my club record, so I'm hoping to take that back off him this year.
Jamie Quarry pinpointing his rivals then. Andrew Clark runs in lane 4, Lawrence Rogers in lane 7. Jamie Quarry himself is in lane number 5. Well, Quarry had a pretty poor run in the preliminary rounds and certainly went off a little bit gingerly then. But beginning to get into his...
And welcome back to Wigan for the last of our school's athletics programmes. Well, never before has there been such a gathering of